In today's Clash Royale video, I'm going to show you the final balance for the new October season in Clash Royale. I can tell you also that they changed a bit, or maybe drastic for some of you guys, compared to the work in progress balance changes. So stay tuned until the end, and know all the changes are coming soon to Clash Royale. In case you guys enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe, and also make sure to leave a fat like on this video if you guys enjoy this kind of up-to-date content in Clash Royale. And also make sure to use Creator Code Morten in the shop to support my content. I appreciate any one of you using my code. Thank you so much. So guys, not gonna lie, of course, most of the changes kinda stay the same, but there's some really interesting changes and also additions, which Clash Royale decided to do to add in the October balance changes. List, as I said, some days ago, we made the work in progress balance changes video. I also did, I hope you guys watched it. You guys gave feedback, I gave feedback to Supercell and also some other creators and pro players, and now we have the final changes. So Bomber actually stays the same, minus 2% damage. Kinda makes sense, as I said, what Supercell also says about is like they're kind of don't want them to free shot by Barons, and also they kind of made the change that Bomber is not going to be able to one-shot spirits anymore. There's like a really weird interaction currently going on in Clash Royale. Most of you guys most likely didn't notice that yet, or maybe some of you guys noticed that. And actually, the Bomber is able to kill every single spirit besides the heal spirit. The heal spirit actually survives always with like a minus, like with 1 HP, bro. But this is not going to happen anymore after the changes. So every single spirit survives versus the Bomber. So next up we got the Goblin emote, still stays the same lifetime about after 50%. So yeah, you guys know when it's like kind of going into the wall breaker mode, actually has minus 30% yeah, lifetime, which is pretty nice. I mean, it dies quicker. So I think it's like really good because it just like this random connection and so on. And just for like giving Goblin emote a nerf is really nice. So you're kind of seeing like Goblin emote and Bomber cards, which you kind of think are really similar, both getting a nerf. This might be really huge. So next up, Void, really fast thing, right? Like still the same nerf. They kind of didn't really change that. Even I thought maybe they're going to change it. It still is going to be the damage for the one target, right? So as you guys can see here, like the Void targets maximum, or I can target like a ton of troops. And you guys know when it's just like on one troop, on one single troop, like Electro Dragon Executioner, it does like incredible damage. But as you guys can see here, it was 472 now, or it's 472 now. After the change, it will be actually 320, which means minus 32%, which is actually big. So I'm gonna see, or like I'm expecting to see way less Void in the meta, and maybe being like kind of the return of Fireball and Lava on decks. Maybe in Packer you see kind of Poison or like Arrows combinations, maybe with Zap or Snowball. So I kind of expect Void being less played, because I feel like the main strength of Void was just being so good and effective against all the wizards, against all the executioners. But I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it will be way less Void. I'm not sure if it's going to be that. Let me know what you guys think about the Void change in the comment section. I think it's like the only real change I'm kind of seeing critical. Even I hate Void, bro. I hate Void. I'm happy that it's not going to be meta anymore. But I'm kind of, I don't really think it should always be the plan of Clash Royale, like killing cards. And I feel like this might be the case. So guys, now we're going to the first card, which wasn't included in the work in progress balance changes, which is gonna be the Evolution Mortar. So, kind of lying to you guys, it's not the normal mortar. So, Evolution Mortar, I made a video on this deck yesterday, and now they decide to nerf it. Yeah, it's the Morten curse, so I apologize, guys. So, it's gonna be the first hit speed, which gets nerfed. So, they're kind of adding like the first hit speed. The first hit is a bit slower. So, what Supercell is kind of saying about that is, unlike the unevolved mortar and most R-troops and buildings, the evolved mortar did not have a first hit delay after deployment. It has been strong in recent seasons, so we're making the first hit consistent with the unevolved mortar while toning down its strength. So honestly, I think it makes sense, because like the first hit of the like evolved mortar is just like you play it and instantly gets on tower, right? But like with the normal mortar, it just takes a few times. It's kind of really hard to say like in numbers. Also, Supercell didn't really give us like the perfect numbers about that. But it just feels like evolved mortar overall gets like a first hit speed nerf, so it's kind of the same with mortar. I feel like it makes kind of sense. I'm not gonna complain about this change. I feel like evolution mortar will still be good, but I think it's kind of it just immediately gets on tower, right? Or immediately gets on troops, bro. And this just feels like a bit too strong in my opinion. So guys, next change we got is actually a change which got changed, and it's gonna be the Evolve Pack. I was kind of taking a look at like the work in progress video for myself and was like, what happened before? So minus 12% was actually the plan from Supercell, the heal per death. So, which is actually incredible. You guys know, like every time it hits a troop or like kills a troop, I would say, it kind of heals up. But they're actually gonna change it, bro, which is really crazy. So currently it's gonna be 471. As you guys know, it was a plan to reduce it by 12%. Now they actually decide to remove it by 20%. So after the update, we will have like the heal per death 376, which is a big change in my opinion. So instead of minus 12% heal per death, minus 20, which is like an addition of minus 8%. Quick maths. Which is interesting, which is crazy, but which I think is right, bro. Because I think Evolution Pack is just too good. And I also, maybe with bias, maybe just like a pro player experience or content creator experience, I always dislike cards in Clash which are healing. I feel like these are always like really frustrating cards and just like really bad game concepts. I feel like the same with like when Heal Spell was broken, you guys remember the time was like so busted when Healer was broken, and now with like the Pack Evolution. I just feel like Supercell really shouldn't do this type of heal stuff. So yeah, this is kind of what Supercell decided for the Evo Packer. Next up we got the Tesla, and you guys all know they kind of like changed still the same thing. So they removed the shockwave from the evolution Tesla when destroyed. I think it makes absolutely sense. It's completely broken and unnecessary. But for the same time, they're gonna add in hit speed minus 8%. So like the normal Tesla actually, it's just like for the normal Tesla. So the evolution Tesla gets the nerf with removing the shockwave, and the normal Tesla gets the buff then with the interesting fact that it like kind of targets a bit quicker, which I think is a pretty big thing. I was like also talking about in the last balance changes video. I honestly feel like first hit or hit speed in general for Tesla is always like a really big thing. So I feel like it's a good changeable. I feel like Evolution Tesla will be way worse. I don't know, man. I just hate Tesla, bro. I just feel like we need a bomb tower meta again. Give me Evolution bomb tower. I don't want to see Tesla again. Evolution Wizard also stays the same, which is really good. So the nerf will be the shield knockback minus 25%, which I don't really think is like the biggest change, bro. Not gonna lie, I honestly, man, I don't really see like this is like big of a change. I don't really feel like the shield knockback. Of course, sometimes it's like really nice to have like this big knockback to Lava Hound Balloon Push, for example, or something. But overall, I don't really think it's going to be the biggest change of all time. I still think it's going to be a really good card. But yeah, 25% shield knockback nerf for the Evolution Wizard. Yeah, that's going to be coming. Next up, we got the Goblin Curse. Also, let you know, guys, the balances, as always, are coming Tuesday. Monday is the new season release with the new Clash Royale, with the new card, and also the new Evolution Electro Dragon. Also, of course, make sure to use critical mod in case you're buying the pass. And then at Tuesday, the new balances are coming. So Goblin Curse still stays the same. It's going to be like 20% damage per second buff, which I think can be interesting. So yeah, it's actually interesting. Instead of 25 damage per second, it will be 30. So yeah, I don't know, bro, what I should say about that. I just don't think Goblin Curse will get into the matter. Next up, we got the Goblin Machine. You guys know it. They didn't really change the change. So it's just like, as you guys can see, what the heck? What happened to the Goblin Machine, bro? It just like removed because it's so shit. It's just gonna go out of the deck straight up. You know, as you guys can see here, Kuhn has 2,196 hit points after, on tournament stand at least, after update. It will stay with 2,304. So it's like a plus 5% Goblin Machine HP buff. Honestly, I don't really think it's going to change too much. They continue staying with that compared to the work in progress balance change. I think it's okay. I just don't think it's going to be meta anyway. Next up, Skeleton Barrel. Skeleton Barrel also stays the same damage buff 9%. I think it's kind of good there. Sometimes here and there to get some chip damage on the tower. If you like playing Skeleton Barrel, any type of like mortar bait, Magent bait, I think you can be happy about the extra chip damage. And Suspicious Bush. That's like actually interesting fact Mohammed Light made, which I didn't think about. So it actually gets a speed buff, 33%. So like on one side, it's going to be a buff, right? So they actually like clarified, or Supercell is saying it's a buff. But on the other side, I feel like sometimes here and there it's a nerf. Sometimes it's like actually really nice that this card is so slow. Of course, when your opponent's low elixir, you just want to punish them, you just want to continue the pressure. It's like way nicer to play at the bridge, right? You're like, you can just like get immediately to tower and get damage. But in some situations, when the opponent has like a lot of elixir, he has to actually wait for like a night and so on. Like he has to leak elixir until the Suspicious Bush actually gets to tower. And this is like kind of the situation where you feel like, okay, you want the Bush to be slow instead of like him being fast. So I would say, I guess like it's like an 80-20 situation where I feel like an 80% of the situations, in my opinion, it will be better before the update. But there will be some situations where I feel like, okay, the strength of the card is being so slow. Next up will be the evolution Goblin Cage, the capture damage. So the damage actually when troops are into him. What the fuck, bro? That sounds so weird. But like when troop actually gets pulled into him, like a Packer, Giant, and so on, it does a bit more damage, 10%. Bro, I don't really think it matters too much. Not gonna lie, I don't really think it matters too much. I just think evolution Goblin Cage doesn't fit into the meta. I don't really think it's too good. Next up, we have the drill. Nothing really changed there. So we remove damage and knockback from second and third spawn. So that's really nice. No knockback and no damage from the second and third spawn, which means overall less damage. Add a deploy time to goblin spawn from submerge, also good. And add a goblin spawn to second submerge. That's completely fine, but like I feel like this is like overall really good change for the evolution goblin drill in my opinion. And then yeah, we go for the Evo Zap, which people like kind of got wrong like on Twitter because like Royal API was I think phrasing it differently, but that's why you're watching my video, guys. No. We moved this third zap. People were thinking, okay, doesn't mean the third zap doesn't do any damage, just like 0 damage. No. The third zap is not there anymore. It's just like 2 zaps now. Not 3 zaps. The normal zap has 1 zap. The evolution zap, 2 zaps. So, can be an advantage because you get like the damage a bit faster because the second zap now does the full damage. But of course you don't have the free time reset and so on. You don't have like the third zap to kill like skeleton kings when all the skeletons are piling up. I feel like in like maybe like 10% of the situations makes like an advantage where you're like just immediately able to kill a troop a bit faster. But overall I think it's a really big nerf. And also magic archer, you're gonna think, what the heck, there's a magic archer in there, it's not even OP. Yeah, Supercell actually kind of implemented a bug with the update, like a small one, on ladder at least. So in ladder, there was like a thing, I don't know how this happened, but nobody knows. I think Supercell doesn't even know. Normally the mortar was able to 2-shot magic archer, right? And it still does on tournament standard, but not on ladder. So in ladder, the magic archer actually survives 2 mortar shots of like 1 HP. So they're just gonna remove the HP again, so that this kind of interaction stays consistent again. So it's just kind of like a bug fix in a way. But now we're gonna go into the card, which I think most of you guys, I saw like the comment section. And most of the guys had like a different opinion on this game, bro. I feel like everybody was kind of agreeing and saying good balance change besides one thing, bro. And it was the Cannoneer. Because you guys said Cannoneer isn't even good right now. You guys don't think it's good. But like, that's like incredible like for me to see. Not because I'm saying like you're wrong. Okay, I guess some of you guys are wrong. But in top ladder and I feel like in mid ladder, there's a big difference between like Cannoneer decks, bro. I feel like in top ladder, Cannoneer is so broken and every pro is complaining about it. But in mid ladder, it seems like Princess Tower is the way to go. Which tower are you playing, guys? I really want to let you know. I really want you to let me know in the comment section because they're actually deciding to add another nerf to the Cannoneer. In the first work in progress balance change was just the first hit speed, 33%. So it targets like way slower whenever it targets a troop. So it targets a barbarian. 33% slower, then it targets another barbarian, 33% slower. So it's always the first hit speed. So, but they're actually also nerfing the damage by -4%. So this is also a really good, really big thing. So currently it does 401 damage. After the change, it will be 386, which means I don't have the death account unfortunately, but this means it will like in a ton of situations, it will change a lot of interactions. So that's a really big nerf, and I'm pretty sure Cannoneer won't be meta anymore. Cannoneer is a bit too versatile as it can counter side cards like Wall Breakers, but also dealing more damage per second against high HP troops. We're nerfing the first hit speed so players will usually defend against Wall Breakers and slightly nerfing its overall damage so it's less strong or countering tanks like Giant and Golem. This is what Supercell is saying. Oh, I felt like maybe, I personally, like, my opinion, guys. My opinion, I know, like, you guys will always saying in the comment section, no, fuck this guy. No. I think the first hit speed is the right decision. I think wall breakers and so on should connect against it. The damage nerf at the same time, boy, I think it's a bit too big. I'm pretty sure we will have a Prince meta in the next couple of, like, season or the next season until next Tower Troop is coming. Pray not, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about all the change in the comment section. I'm really excited to see the comments, bro. Honestly, like, I'm always, like, getting, like, a nice food, getting my tea ready, going at my YouTube studio, taking a look at the YouTube comments section after the balance change video. This is, like, pure content, bro. I love doing this, so let me know what you guys think about that. Being honest, maybe being a bit respectful would be also nice, but yeah, that's up to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like on this video for daily Clash Royale content, and I'm gonna be out. Use critical mode in the shop. Gonna be out. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Goodbye.